From our studios in Sharpsville, Indiana, this is the Jacob Pyle Show with tonight's guest, Terran Rae Smith, and your host on the Jacob Pyle Show, the pride of Sharpsville, Indiana, Jacob Pyle.
Thank you.
See the curtains hanging in the window in the evening on a Friday night. A little light shining through the window lets me know everything's alright. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. See the paper laying on the sidewalk, little music from the house next door. So I walked on up to the doorstep, through the screen and across the floor. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Sweet days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. July is dressed up and playing her tune, and I come home from a hard day's work, and you're waiting there without a care in the world. See the smile waiting in the kitchen, food cooking in the plates for two. Feel the arms that reach out to hold me in the evening when the day is through. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine in my mind. Summer breeze in my mind. She left without leaving a number, said she needed to clear her mind. He figured she'd gone back to Austin, 'cause she talked about it all the time. It was almost a year before she called him up. 3 rings and an answering machine is what she got. If you're calling about the car, I sold it. If this is Tuesday night, I'm bowling. If you've got something to sell, you're wasting your time. I'm not buying. If it's anybody else, wait for the talk, you know what to do. P.S. If this is Austin, I still love you. The telephone fell to the counter. She heard, but she couldn't believe. What kind of man would hang on that long? What kind of love that must be? She waited 3 days, and then she tried again. She didn't know what she'd say, but she heard 3 rings, and then if it's Friday night, I'm at the ball game, and first thing Saturday, if it don't rain, I'm headed out to the lake, and I'll be gone all weekend long. But I'll call you back when I get home on Sunday afternoon. And P.S. If this is Austin, I still love you. Well, this time she left her number, but not another word. Then she waited by the phone on Sunday evening, and this is what he heard.
If you're calling about my heart, it's still yours. I should have listened to it a little more.
Okay, where's the voice coming from?
Then it wouldn't have taken me so long to know where I belong. And by the way, boy, this is no machine you're talking to. Can't you tell? This is Austin. And I still love you.
I still love you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jacob Pyle Show for this Saturday night, Sunday morning, September 28th, 2025. My name is Jacob Pyle. Glad to have you with us. Did you hear that at home? That person that spoke the last line of that song is not me. It was obviously a lady's voice who spoke that last line of the song. Austin, are you still there?
I know, I'm not really Austin. I'm actually Terran Rae Smith.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my guest for tonight, Terran Rae Smith. She was Austin.
Now, I know I'm actually this week's guest tonight, but to return to your interview that I originally conducted with you a few weeks back, you have a life update you'd like to share. Tell us about it.
I do. So, as of not this past Monday, but the Monday before, I switched shifts at work. I was working third shift, but now I'm working second shift.
Jacob has moved to second shift. Second shift, for those who don't know, is roughly 3 in the afternoon till 11 at night. A lot of people, say that they don't like second shift because it eats up the majority of the day. Why did you end up moving to second shift?
Well, I moved to second shift because I've worked thirds for a long time. It's been starting to get really stressful for me, and I've had a lot of stuff going on during the day to where I can't attend the stuff I have to do during the day while working nights, while working thirds. So, like, for example, I had to take time off the Tuesday after Labor Day because I had to go to the BMV to get my address legally changed on my driver's license. And then I went in and got my eye exam, and I'm supposed to be getting a new pair of prescription glasses here soon. We'll see when those pop in, hopefully. And most of that stuff I can't really do when working thirds because I'm asleep while all these places are open. And by the time I wake up, they're either, like, you get there and they're, like, really busy, or it's pretty much close to closing time and you're pretty much out of luck. And with the dog seizure thing going on, there's a lot of residents that live in my apartment complex that have dogs, and I feel more comfortable getting those house chores done at night while other people are asleep. So The only thing I can't do is vacuum, obviously, but I can take the trash out and check the mail every night upon arriving home from work. There's so many other reasons, but yeah, those are the main reasons. Actually, we are about to go to this next commercial break. We'll talk more about it a little bit later. My guest for tonight, if you're just joining us, is Terran Rae Smith, and we will hopefully be back with her interview after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I am joined by my guest for tonight, Terran Rae Smith. When we had the pause for that break, we were talking about my life update, which is I am working second shift.
How have things been for you since the change?
It's been a lot better. I've been keeping a similar sleep schedule to yours, Terran. Most days I usually go to bed around 1 a.m. and sleep until around 10 most days, except on Sundays when I go to bed at 12:30 and sleep till 9 because of church. Most days my body naturally wakes me up at least an hour before my alarm is set to go off, although when I came up here to tape today, my alarm actually did wake me up right at 10 a.m. I was not too happy about that, but oh well, that's life. Working seconds for me, though, is a lot better both physically and mentally.
Of course, you gotta do what's best for you. Now, is the fact that you working second shift going to affect the show in any way?
It shouldn't affect the taping of my show at all. With the fact that I'm now available during the day, obviously, I hope to bring more guests on to the show. I hope it'll attract more people that can and is able to be a part of my show in that sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to it, absolutely.
That's good. I'm glad that you can still fit the show in your schedule despite your second shift routine.
But enough about me for now. You're the guest for tonight. Let's talk about you. For the viewers who have not heard of you until now, tell us about yourself.
Yes, so I am from Kansas. I'm a full-time actor. I run my own business as an influencer, spokesperson, presenter, anything, with cameras and microphones that I can have people hire me to do is what I do for a living, and I'm just absolutely adore my business and my life.
What made you interested in being an on-camera host voice actor?
What made me interested in becoming an on-camera host and voice actor, it's just something that I wanted to do since I was a kid. I used to love audiobooks like Ella Enchanted, and I've just always loved words and being theatrical and being creative, and it took me a lot of persistence to get to where I am today, and I've done a lot of other things in my career, but I'm so grateful to be where I'm at today.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. Have you heard about our new announcer on the show?
Yeah, I heard about your new announcer. I think they're doing a phenomenal job. Now, quick question for you. The announcer that preceded Kevin Cronin is Paul Petit, a legendary Indiana weatherman. I know this, but tell the viewers out there why Paul Petit's voice is not heard on the show any longer.
Well, to give an update, Paul Petit is doing great. First, let me answer a commonly asked question. Is the announcer ever in the building when you record a show? And the answer is no. Since the announcer is strictly voiceover, it would make sense just to have the announcer record the voiceovers remotely. I usually send the announcer the script, he records it and sends it back to me, via email or Google Drive or whatever the case may be. But going back to Paul Petit, when Paul was on our show originally to be an announcer, he recorded some intros for us, and we were going to have him record some more because his voice is so anonymous to us Hoosiers who grew up listening to him, who grew up, watching his weather forecasts. He was a meteorologist. He's still a meteorologist. He's wore a lot of other hats before. He's the voice of Family and Leisure. He's been the booth announcer for Channel 4 back in its early days. He was the first network. He was the first weatherman on a primetime network news program, and I thought that was groundbreaking at the time. But when I attempted to send him a script, he never got back with me with an answer. He never responded back to any of my attempts to email him. Then about a month ago, it came time for me to do the annual re-recording of a few lines of script. For those who don't know, the only stuff Kevin Cronin records fresh for me each week is the intro, and most weeks what we call the closing. We have to have him record an opening for us each week to let the viewers know who the guest is for that week. Same thing with the closing. It's the little thing at the end of the show where he will mention next week's guest during the closing credits, and then he signs off. So the only thing that we don't have him record necessarily every week is the guest plug, because that can easily be looped into the show each week. It's a very long thing, and I don't think it's fair to have the announcer record it every week. The only time we ever have that re-recorded is when there's a guest announcer filling in for him that week, or in August when we have him record the yearly re-recording of it, because our voices tend to get older as time progresses, and our voices change, and it just makes it easier for me and for the announcer if we did it that way. I was also thinking of something you told me once, Terran, which is, what was it again?
No response is a response, and it's a powerful one.
Right. And if Paul Poteet's not going to answer any of my emails, what's the point in him re-recording the script if he's not going to respond back to me in a timely manner with it? So we have auditions for someone to succeed Paul as the announcer, because you can't replace Paul, obviously. Kevin's voice literally blew all the auditions out of the water. His voice sounds like Paul in that sense, and so I'm happy to have him involved with the show.
Yeah, sometimes when friends don't respond to emails or texts, it can be difficult. It's one thing when they're busy and they don't get around to messaging you back, but it can be difficult if it becomes a habit or a regular thing. But sometimes the best way to deal with that, instead of getting angry or being frustrated, is to just, wish them the best, assume that they, have other things going on, and, take your energy back, and that's okay. It's better to put your energy towards something or someone else that's, willing to reciprocate, and, than putting your energy into something that's not reciprocal. And, that's important. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Good.
Okay. Now, you kind of gave a brief summary of this when you conducted my interview with me a few weeks back, but tell us what you've been up to recently.
So what I've been up to recently, I have been doing a lot of, webinar hosting. I just scored, another audiobook, so I'm really excited to be working on that. Can't give any information about it yet. Still, working in children's entertainment, as well as a lot of social media videos. It's a really busy time for social media content right now.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be an on-camera host or voice actor?
The advice I would give to someone who wants to be an on-camera host or voice actor is to study that in a way that makes sense to you. I studied broadcast journalism so that I would be able to really master the English language, and so that I could pivot if my acting didn't work out, rather than majoring in theater like a lot of people do. And I think that gave me a really good edge. I would just recommend to follow your dreams, but be realistic and be smart about it. Don't put yourself in a situation where you are, risking it all. Do it in a logical way.
Where can you be found on social media?
On Instagram, I can be found at Terran Rae Smith, and at TikTok as well.
All right, we have to pause for this break. More with Terran Rae Smith in a moment.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Oh, oh, oh. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days, may your days, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
every Christmas card I write.
May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
The Jacob Pyle Show will continue in a moment. If you want to be a guest on The Jacob Pyle Show, send Jacob an email. His email address is jtpile1@aol.com. That's also where to email if you want a DVD copy of the show. Please mention the air date seen on your screen when ordering. The DVD is $10. Residents outside of Indiana will pay an additional $5 shipping and handling fee. Back to you, Jacob.
Thank you, Kevin, very much. Welcome back to our program. If you're just now joining us, my guest for tonight is Terran Rae Smith. What are your favorite moments, Terran, of working on the Jacob Pyle Show?
Some of my favorite moments of working on the Jacob Pyle Show was just, like how we met and everything, and like working together during like winter was, I think, really when we got started. It was like a Christmas show was our very first start. And so that's just really a whimsical way to partner with somebody. And I just thoroughly enjoy Jacob's openness and honesty about his life experience and how consistent and persistent you are, Jacob, at doing what you love and unapologetically putting it out there. I think that more people should be like you in that sense. What about you? What was your favorite moment that stood out to you about working with me? I'd love to hear it.
Okay, well, firstly, Terran, thank you for the kind words. They mean a lot. It's hard for me sometimes to find the right words to say where I can say it without offending anybody. That's why I have to have stuff written on paper all the time when I record. I wouldn't do good on stage in front of an audience without one. That's basically the point I'm getting at. That's why I'm not into stage acting very much. But going back to your question, my favorite moment. There are so many favorite moments right now that time doesn't allow, but I would have to say my most favorite moment would have to be the time you and I performed the old Roger Miller tune, King of the Road.
Yes, I love that song. My dad knows King of the Road better than me. I think all you had me do was this. I was snapping my fingers to the beat of the song and you sang the entire song. That was fun. I'm impressed you know so many of those older songs, Jacob. What about you? What is your favorite song to perform?
Anything Elton John. Your song is one of my favorite songs. The song Your Song by Elton John is one of my favorites to perform. Of course, my very first song I ever recorded was an Elton John song, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. But there's so many other good songs out there that I love to record, and hopefully it strikes a chord with somebody.
I love that song. Elton John is truly a legend. Now, this song you and I are singing now is a song entitled We Are the Champions. Tell us what that song means to you.
Well, it's a reminder, especially with someone coming from someone who has autism, to never ever give up on your dreams. I think that's very important.
Aw, I love that. Here's our duet version of the Queen classic, We Are the Champions. I've paid my dues, time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No
I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race, and I ain't gonna lose. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
Champions, my friends.
We are the champions.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
Yes, we will. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I did have to mention one thing before we bring this interview to a close. Do you have any updates about Zach Brown?
Zach Brown is doing well. He unfortunately couldn't be able to join us today because he's actually in the middle of another commitment right now. Good for him. Hopefully we can do another one of those episodes where he, you, and me can get together and do an episode. That was so fun.
We have some extra time for our show. We have some extra time left on our show, and I thought just for funsies, we're going to play a throwback clip from our first episode together of Terran Rae and I, and here's our version of King of the Road.
Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of bushing broom buys an 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. 3rd boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. All worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found. Short but not too big around. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all of their children and all of their names, and every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked when no one's around. I sing trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys an 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road. Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means king of the road.
And that's our program for tonight. We are out of time. I'll be back next week with another guest to talk to. Until then, for Kevin Cronin and all of us on the Jacob Pyle Show, I'm Jacob Pyle.
And I'm Terran Rae Smith.
Thank you all for watching.
Stay safe.
And good night, everybody.
Good night.
This program has been pre-recorded. Join us next week on the Jacob Pyle Show, where Jacob's guest will be Shaka Gill. I'm Kevin Cronin. Good night.